out of there with me.
Full disclosure, Coach Brands is only delivering an opening statement. That'll be it from him. And we'll bring in Mike Evans and Nick Moore. Beyond that, when these two are finished, if you'd like to talk to Matt McDonough or someone else, let me know, and we'll grab them at a later time. Coach Brands?
First thing is this is a team win. And, you know, regardless of how pretty it is, if it's 5-5 in matches, it's a team win. And sometimes you got to give credit for a team win. And I don't do a good job of giving credit. So there's a big team here. And I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say glory to God.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say ask these guys because they're the ones that did it. And in a firefight like that, you got to give credit where credit's due sometimes, especially where we've been at the last couple of weeks. All right? Thank you very much. I'll see you Tuesday. Thanks.
Coach? You can both jump up at the same time. On your left, 157, Nick Moore, 165, Mike Evans on your right. We'll just open it up to some questions.
Nick, how important was that for you to get bonus points after we gave up 14 points?
It was real important, I guess, because it's just, you know, it was a pretty tight duel, and you needed every bonus point you could get. And before I went out there, Coach just said, you know, be smart and wrestle, and when you can get bonus points, stick it to them.
Mike, Tom said this is a team win. What did this team do at this match that you guys did not do against Ohio State and Penn State?
I feel like for the Ohio State and Penn State matches, when we got points, we didn't continue, like, our team didn't continue to build off each other. Like, for instance, I know that when Nick went out there and got bonus points, you know, that's pushing me. I got to go out there and get bonus points too. I really think we rolled well off each other for this match.
What, for both of you guys, what was this week like in practice? What were focal points?
Actually, I felt like it was just kind of normal, but we had a lot of just working on skills. We did a lot of like hand fighting and getting to where we need to be to get shots off and stuff like that. He really didn't try to change everything up just because of last weekend. You know, we're still going, and I didn't think practice changed that much last week.
How important was it for you to get out to a lead and get that opening takedown?
Nice for once. Yeah, I mean, it's important. It sets the tone for the match, and lately I've been getting too far down in matches, and it helps you all the way through the match just to control the whole match rather than trying to come on at the end.
Mike, how important was it for the team to respond after last weekend?
It was real important. I mean, Coach kept saying, you know, our backs are up against the wall, maybe, you know, but once you find yourself in that position, you know, you can get fired up because no one likes their back against the wall. You know, we like doing the exact opposite to our opponents, you know. We like to be the ones on top, not trying to fight our way up to the top.
With that said, having your backs against the wall and being Iowa, did you guys feel pressure coming in this match? You know, hey, we got to turn this around, or you anxious, nervous, pressure?
I think there's just as much pressure for every match as there was for this one. But I mean, you get a little. I mean, there's pressure for each match, but I think I got a little more excited for this match. You know, not so much pressure, just excitement to make a statement.
So you think you fed off of that? Think that helped? That's why you dominated number 11 guy.
Nick, you're one of the guys on this team that have sort of, maybe many people consider you a sub wrestling. What is your thoughts about that?
You know, I'm my guy right now, so it don't really matter what people consider me. I've not been told a lot, but I'm going to keep on. You know, it was you know, not that easy for me to get down to 57 and get it controlled like it is. So I'm just going to keep on, you know, keep on trucking now that it is controlled and make make the most of my situation. I've not been told on St. John, so for me, it's just I'm the guy at 57.
Mike, were you surprised that he chose to go under in the third period?
No, I mean, I've been pretty sloppy my past couple matches. You know, to actually start scoring points from top in a big match like that, it's awesome.
Can you walk us through the pin?
The pin? Well, I mean, I should start building my lead, and then he chose bottom in the third, and my coaches were like, you know, hit stick him, and I'm up 7-0, and I got to start looking for bonus points, and if he goes on bottom, I know what I got to do.
You guys won. Did you have fun today?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun to win.
One more question for Nick or Mike, and then we'll bring in Matt McDonough.
Mike, you talked about the importance of building off each other from match to match and that momentum. Do you think it's just important to build this momentum up towards your meet next year?
Absolutely. I mean, having momentum is everything, and you know, if the momentum swings the other way, like for instance the match before Knicks with Mike Kelly, you gotta be swinging it back the other way, which is exactly what Nick Moore did. So I mean, having this momentum going in, having a good win over the Gophers going into Wisconsin, is a good deal.
Do you think it'll be hard to sustain the power you've got right now?
No,
Emotionally?
I don't think so. As long as we keep building like we did this week, I think we'll be all right.
Thank you. .125, Matt McDonough, and I believe we're still chasing Jay Robinson. I'll keep you posted on that. We'll open up the questions to Matt.
Matt coming in, Hawkeyes, you know, backs against the wall like guys were saying. Number 1 versus number 2. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Can you describe an emotion?
I mean, there's a lot of emotions. You're naturally a little anxious, a little nervous. I mean, you got to recognize it and you got to embrace it, but you also got to be excited for the challenge. I mean, you don't wrestle at this level to just either walk over everyone or take your lumps by the guys that are ranked ahead of you or supposed to be better. You embrace the challenge, and you know that's what I have to do, and that's what I love to do every chance I get.
Why are you so dominant over Sanders?
You know, I don't have a special answer besides just hard wrestling. You know, you got to wrestle tough opponents hard because they're gonna fight back with everything they got, and I love that challenge. I love getting a chance to do that, and you know, if I could wrestle a guy like that every single match, then I would. And you know what? You gotta believe that's how tough the guy is that you're going up against every time you step on the mat.
Did he wrestle you differently than the past guys have?
I mean, I think there's a little bit of maybe people seeing things and wanting to slow me down, and you know, regardless of that, you gotta go out and you gotta hit your offense, and you know, from week to week, you work to fix the things that maybe are keeping you from scoring a lot of points, and that's what I've done through this week, and I'm gonna have to continue to do that because you know the gap isn't a fall. The gap isn't a tech fall or even a major yet. So there's a lot of work to do, but you take the positives away from each and every match as well as the things to work on.
Matt, I asked those guys earlier, what did this Iowa team do against Minnesota you did not do against Ohio State, Penn State?
Freaking guys came out hard. They came out for 7 minutes and they started a match and they finished it. And you know that we really didn't do a good enough job on the road of that. You know, guys coming out too timid. Guys come out here, they're coming out like they're warriors, like they're savages, like they're, you know, like they're barbarians, and that's what guys did. They came out tough, hard, and didn't stop wrestling for 7 minutes. The guys who got what they wanted.
Are you taking a more leadership role than you have, even more vocal?
You know, you try to be. I do everything I can to be as vocal as I can, but that's a constant work in progress as well. You know, especially when, you know, I started out being a young guy in the room and hearing a lot of vocal stuff, taking yourself out of that role of, you know, the quiet guy that walks with a big stick and leads by example, leading by voice, takes a lot of effort too.
You wrote off in the whole third period. What kind of message does that send, and what's the key to doing it against the number one guy?
You know, you're ahead. Those points he chooses down, well, you know, make him think that was the wrong choice. And that's what you got to go out there and do. And you know what? It could have been different. I could have let him go. He could have gotten an escape, but it didn't matter because I'm going to continue to try and score points. And, you know, on top, I'm trying to turn him. I'm trying to get a pin or back points and get a major. And, you know, you got to wrestle smart. And that's what I was trying to do, is wrestle smart but hard.
Did you have an easier time on top today than you have in your test?
I don't, it's never easy. It's never easy to keep someone down like that. More success, more comfortable, maybe. But, you know, I did everything I could to wrestle, you know, in the positions that I knew I'm strong in and not get anywhere else. And I think I did that for the most part in the third period. Probably, you know, maybe could have scored some points on top, but you know, that's where now I have a week to work to improve.
You and Tony always have a good tendency coming out and building momentum early. To see Nick and Mike do that in the middleweights today, as an upperclassman, I'm sure there's no pride there for you.
Definitely. I mean, I give my hats off to both of those guys, especially Mike Evans. I mean, you know, the duel was decided by 2 points, by bonus points, and those guys went out there and got bonus points. Me and Tony Ramos, we didn't. We had tough matches, you know, feel good about the way I wrestled, but you know, I wanna get those bonus points. I wanna be in the middle of the spotlight, and I put Mike Evans and Nick Moore in the middle of the spotlight for going out there and dominating for 7 minutes, and in Evans' case, didn't even take 7 minutes.
Wisconsin, then tournament season, where do you feel you're at and the team, where you at heading into the crunch time?
I think there's still a lot of work to do, but you know, the mentality is good overall with a lot of guys, and you know, we'll see. We got work to do. I mean, that's really all I have to say about that. We got plenty of work to do, and we're gonna bust our asses.
One more?
Number one ranking,
I mean, I don't even know who's ranked 1 through 10. I haven't probably all year. I knew maybe I was ranked second, he was ranked first, just based on, you know, hearsay and, you know, people saying a lot of things, but you know who's tough. And I mean, really every guy's tough, every single opponent, and that's the way you got to approach it.
Thank you, Matt. Jay Robinson's waiting. I'll bring him in here in a minute.
Jeez.
Jay Robinson.
How do you grade the team today, Coach?
I mean, there was some great effort on individuals, but we didn't win, so how would you grade? You know, I mean, you come to win. You come to, and you need to put that all together. And it pretty much went down the way that we thought it would go down when we thought it'd be decided in the middle at 57, 65, 74. In there, and that made it, in the essence, made the difference.
How much did the injury to Cody there at the start of that match affect, lead to that pin?
Trainer said that it bothered him, that he wasn't the same guy. You know, I mean, he looked a little bit out of it, but you don't know until you go back.
He get his bell rung a little bit? Is that what happened?
Yeah, right off the bat. Yeah, he got hit in the head on that 2-on-1. He got clocked pretty hard, so he was pretty out of it to begin with. So it's hard to say.
Sanders seems like he's beating everybody but McDonough. Is there a mental block there?
No, I don't think so. I think there's just some things that you have to do. There's some things you have to do to prepare a little bit different way, and we've talked about it. And, you know, you just got to go back and keep working at it. Right? The key is you only got to beat them once at the right place. So that's what you got. That's what you got to work for.
Coach, can you talk about momentum a little bit and maybe the role that played?
Well, I don't think it played really much much momentum, is that we did, everybody here, I bet you were betting that they're going to win the first three. Okay? And so, I mean, we knew it, is that we were not favored in the first three, and that, so we knew that Dylan had to change the thing around and then hope to pick up something at either 57 or 65. We were pretty sure that Storley would win. We figured we'd get the last four for sure. So we knew that going in. So the momentum wasn't a big deal. We didn't think it was.
Going into the postseason, you got 4 freshmen in the lineup. What's the key to keep them, you know, ready to go in March?
Well, I think they're ready to go. I think if you watch the Ardanes, there's no question where they were and who was backing up. I mean, I think that would be a fair assessment, and that's not saying bad, is that those guys come to wrestle. You know, and Dylan's figuring it out, and obviously Storley in this weekend, he's beating the 5th and 6th guys, so our freshmen are doing good. They got the right attitude, and they got the right amount of heart that we need, and we just need to keep them on track, and they know what they need to do to win. So they've been improving and getting better and better every week, so that's kind of where we are with those guys.
Jay, dual meets are not the NCAA tournament, but the top 4 or 5 teams seem pretty close. What is going to separate you guys at the end?
Well, I think well, it's like a lot of things. There are a lot of things going in the national tournament. One is who improves between now and then. That's one. The second one will be is the draws always play a part, and who knocks who out. You know, that's you know, it's right here. It's 1 against 2, but you know, you get a national tournament and Penn State knocks the Iowa guy out, and then the Oklahoma State knocks the Penn State guy out. That's the way it works in the national tournament. You've been to the national tournament enough times that how many times in the first round somebody gets beat that's not supposed to get beat, and the whole tournament's changed in an instant. So it always comes down in March to who's ready to wrestle those 3 days. And that's the bottom line.
Of those top teams, Penn State's the only one that's not going to be wrestling the duels. Will that be an advantage, the fact they won't be wrestling?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think it's bad that excuse me. It's my wife. Truly, it is.
Correct. As a all you do.
It is my wife. We got 2 labs, that's why it is. What was the question?
Basically, Penn State won't be in the duels where you guys will be wrestling.
No, I mean, it's, you know, I think that it's short-sighted on Penn State's part, you know, is that we've gone for 25 years to try and get this thing and have a Final Four. Is that, and when you go, the reality is if you go to any tournament, any high school tournament, and you watch, like at Minnesota, the individuals wrestle in the middle, the teams wrestle in the end. You go and listen to where the most noise is. In America, okay, you're not going and rooting for the quarterback from the Green Bay Packers. You're rooting for who? You're rooting for a team, all right? And that's what you have in the national duels. And if you want it to grow, you got to have dual meets. I mean, that's just the way it is. And there's some things that hold us back from doing that. I could give you a long list of stuff, but we've been trying to get this thing done for 25 years. And so here in the state of Iowa, the finals will be here, the Final Four. And what you need to do is you need to pack it. You need to have 15,000 people there. You need to make $500,000, and then the NCAA is going to want it, and then you can bargain with the NCAA to get the things that wrestling needs to grow. If we don't do that, we won't grow. You know, so those things are really important. Those things are very, very important. And so dual meets play a big role in it. And so at the Big Ten coaches meeting, Tom Brands, you know, he was kind of undecided, and I complimented him because he did come, you know. Cale did. And it's the mentality, and I said in the meetings, is, hey, it might not be the best thing for my team, but it is the best thing for wrestling. Okay? And that's what has to change, is that all these coaches thinking about their own deal and who they're going to wrestle and what day they're going to wrestle. You don't get that in basketball and football. Okay? A coach doesn't say, hey, I don't have a very good team this year, so I'm not going to play Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. You don't get that option. Okay? And wrestling's got to get away from that. It's got to start doing what's best for the sport. Anybody else got anything?
All right, thanks, guys.